the center of the tree is so vast that it had to break itself into many fragments, which you call leaves, and into many parts, obviously, and into many leaves, because this is the center, and on the ground, even though you don't see it reflects what's on the top, which is like roots. It breaks out into many fragments, which is roots, like these many roots going this way, that way, and that way. So this is the center of the tree. Even though it may not look like the center of the tree, this is the center, and it's so vast that it had to implode, and then it exploded into many parts. Today I want us to talk about the soul. So the soul, most people like to look at the soul as a body, how a body looks like it got limbs and stuff. But it doesn't look like that. The soul is constructed in a geometric pattern, which is a circle. A circle is the most complete geometry, perfect geometry, if perfect is even a thing in this multiverse we're living in. The most perfect geometry would be a circle, because it's complete, and the universe is all about completion. So that's why I have this here. This may be completion and this may be nothing. The universe is everything and nothing at the same time. We live in a multiverse, so there's multiple possibilities. So the circle is a 0 point, and it's also a portal that has everything. That is your soul right there and there. Your soul, those are energetic bodies. Like your soul has broke itself into many fragments because it has everything inside of it. Just like how a portal has everything inside of it. You never know what you could walk inside of. Like if you would walk inside a portal. So that's the thing. The soul broke itself into many fragments because it has experienced the all. So it's a puzzle that broke itself into puzzle pieces. That's what you call your spirit, the first part of or fragment of your soul that it broke itself into is the spirit. So your spirit is part of your soul. That's what your spirit is. Your spirit is an expression. It's an implosion expression of your soul. Because your soul is so vast because it has everything that it wanted to express itself, experience and express itself as something different. That's what you call your spirit. And then this is the first fragment of your soul. And then we go down the rabbit hole. Implosion, then explosion into the multiverse. What I meant by implosion is it imploded on itself and created a spirit. Your spirit exists inside of your physical vessel, so that is called an implosion. But as you know, physics, this is physics. Now I'm getting into physics. For something to explode, it has to implode. So if there's an implosion, there has to be an explosion. So since it imploded into a spirit form, I then discovered that there's an explosion too, to have a multiverse, a parallel universe, something that's reflecting something. This is simple physics. And then the implosion is the soul imploding into the spirits to experience itself as the spirits. But there's also an explosion. The explosion part, it's the things that are outside yourself. Do you know how an explosion is like? It's outside. It implodes and then explodes outside. So explosion is something that's outside. What would be the direct spirits of something that's outside? Obviously, it would be spirits, which you call angels, demons, fae, with imposters, jinn, ghosts, and I could go on. I just didn't have space. So this is like the explosion part of your spirits. These spirits is your spirits. So spirituality is the study of spirits, the spirits duality, because some of them you think they bad and some of them you think they good. So this is your spirit's duality. This is your soul's duality. So people that are into spirituality, they studying gods, They studying angels, they studying all of these things, ghosts, like the supernatural. This is them studying their own spirits, their own spirituality. And that's why we have Masons, Illuminati, obsessed with like putting spirits in a physical body because they're obsessed with your spirits. They know this, they know the truth, and they don't want you to know the truth. They gatekeep the truth from you, which is this is you. How can they gatekeep your spirit from you? But this is what they're doing. They putting the spirits inside their body. I'm not saying this is good or bad. It's just the intentions. The intentions is the bad thing. They putting the spirits inside the bodies because they trying to master the spirit's duality. If you master the spirit's duality, you master this 0 point, this everything. That's when they know everything. That's when they know how to like turn on the chakras chambers of somebody, and that somebody becomes a star to the point that they explode on themselves and they burn the spark, which is what you call celebrities. This is what they're doing. So right now I'm just going into detail with the tree video and the paper video where I illustrated what the soul is and what the spirits is. So the video with the tree. So you know how when something is condensed, it like needs to break itself into multiple pieces, just like how the sun has sun rays. It's so powerful that it needs to break itself to express its power in a sense. That's what the tree is like. In the middle, where it starts off is the middle. Like for a tree, where it starts off, that's the middle part, even though it doesn't make sense. I know. Because like a tree reflects itself. It's like where you see it and where you don't see, which is the ground, the roots. That's where the tree sprouts out. And at the top, the tree sprouts out too. And you see the leaves sprouting out. That's the middle, like where it starts off, because that's where it is whole, other than expressed or exploded from an implosion. Where tree starts off, that's where the middle is, and that's where you see those small trees. That's where you should hold it to like get an energetic recharge for those that have trees for recharge, because that's where the energy is. The tree has energy, but that's where most of the energy is, if you get it. So the tree video was to illustrate what the soul is. The soul is so vast that it needs to sprout out, and it's sprouting out. That's the expression of the soul, which is the spirits. As I explained in the paper video, the spirits is an expression of the soul. So the spirit and the soul is not separate. So for you to say that white people don't have souls, that's just so far-fetched for me. Because how is that physical vessel expressing itself if it doesn't have a soul? So you say it has a spirit, but it doesn't have a soul. In a parallel universe, that's just so crazy. So you have a soul that it's expressing itself because it's so vast, because it's the 0 point, and the 0 point is everything. Up and down is the same thing, above and below is the same thing, left and right, and this universe is the same thing. So your soul needs a spirit, your spirit needs the soul, but the spirit needs the soul more than the soul needs the spirit. What did I just say? Spirits, wait. The spirits, the spirit needs the soul more than the spirits. Let's just leave it there. But it's expressing itself through this nothingness. The 0 point is the everything. Just like how you would walk inside a puddle, you never know what's on the other end. So everything, it's multiple possibilities. That's what I'm saying. A geometric circle is multiple possibilities, because you'd never know what you would walk into if you would walk inside a puddle, because it's multiple possibilities. So it's everything and nothing. There might be nothing on the other end of your soul. Just like people that are soulless, you call them soulless. They have a soul, it's just empty. That's it. But your 0 point is everything. So since it's everything, it has to experience and express that everything in an implosion, that implosion then creates spirits, what you call spirits. And then since we have an implosion, just like physics tells you, just like on that clip of where I like illustrated on the paper, I told you that for there to be an explosion, it starts with an implosion. Like energy builds up and then it sprouts out. That you call that explosion. What is the soul's explosion? The soul's explosion is what you call spirits. The expression of your spirits. It then it sort of, it doesn't lose its power, but it keeps on sprouting out. It keeps on being further from your soul to experience itself as something different. So you call spirits angels, jinns, demons, fays, which is fairies, imposters, gods, goddesses, many more. Those are the expressions of your soul. They are the explosions of the expressions of your soul. So that's why Masons, Illuminati, Skulls and Bones, all the secret societies are obsessed with like conjuring the spirits into their vessels so they can get to know your spirit, because they're obsessed with you. If they're obsessed with these spirits, they're obsessed with you. So this all comes back to you, not just you, but your soul, you. They're obsessed with you, your soul. So they study your spirits, they conjure up the spirits. Coming from a person that practices, that knows the way of practicing, but I don't think like them, I don't have the intentions, I know what they are though. I know what they are though. And they'll pay the karmic debts for what they are. Because this is a universe of balance. As you know, the entity that governs this universe right now is Baal. So is the balance. Y'all stupid enough. But I'ma just leave it there. I think I kinda went too deep, but I just needed to express myself because I haven't done a deep into the rabbit hole video in a while. So I just needed this. I hope you got it, and I hope it helps, and I hope it fits your soul. Sana, love y'all.